We welcome you to another live edition of the Sports Box, brought to you by our sponsor, Showcase Sports in Hamilton. Showcase Sports for the elite athlete. And by our friends over at CrowdPlay. Download the free CrowdPlay app today and check them out at www.crowdplayapp.com for details. Ladies and gentlemen, it's showtime.
Hey everybody, welcome to Cage My IQ. I'm your host, D-Bake. Today we will be previewing PFL for 2021, which is headlined by Anthony Pettis versus Alex Martinez in the lightweight division of PFL. The PFL is now back after a month hiatus after they did the first round of fights for all the divisions, and this is the first one back, which they go into the second round of fights to see who will be making it into the playoffs. But let's start with the first fight on the card here, which is a nice matchup between featherweight contenders. Brendan Loughnane, who has 6 points from a knockout win in his first fight, going up against Tyler Diamond, who has 3 points from his first fight. You got two strikers here that are on contrasting styles, but both like to throw and then grapple and then just get things going. First, you got Brendan Loughnane, who is fighting out of United Kingdom, who has that brawler mentality that you see from all the English fighters, where they like to box, they like to strike, and then just hit people hard. And then he has that Conor McGregor mentality. Right now for this fight, he's been training and helping Conor McGregor with his fight with Dustin Poirier, but then also Conor McGregor is helping Brendan Loughnane with his fight. So he's getting a little bit of that boxing from Conor McGregor. So you got to watch out for those strikes, because when he hits you, he's going to knock you out, just like he did with Moraes in his first fight, which is why he is on the leaderboard with 6 points in the featherweight division. Then you got Tyler Diamond, who's more the grittier striker who can trade with you, but then get down on the ground and roll around with you and just grit in the fight to victory. In his last fight, he got caught in the second round by his opponent, and it looked like he was almost going to be done, but then he recovered well, got his guy to the ground, and it just ground and pounded him to a unanimous decision victory, which got him 3 points and in the top half of the featherweight division. In this matchup, I feel, even though he's gritty, I feel like Brendan Loughnane is going to have too much power and too much advantage on his boxing and he's going to just overpower Tyler Diamond, pick and choose his shots. And I could see a first-round knockout by Brendan Loughnane in this matchup, but don't sell Tyler Diamond short now. If he can get this fight somehow to the ground and just ground and pound at Loughnane and keep him from staying up and getting that boxing started, there is that edge where he has that 10 to 20% chance of getting a victory here. But I just feel like Brendan Loughnane is going to win this. So I'm going with Brendan Loughnane by first round knockout to advance him to the playoff round of PFL 2021. In the second matchup we have here, it's an exhibition matchup between in the women's lightweight division between Claressa Shields versus Brittney Elkin. These two are the two fighters that didn't fight in the first half of the tournament. This is more than likely just going to be a one-fight exhibition for both fighters here. You got Claressa Shields, who is a well-decorated Hall of Fame boxer in women's boxing. And then they got Brittney Elkin, who's a pretty known jiu-jitsu MMA fighter from the East, Northeast. She does have a 3-6 record, so it's not as good, but you got Claressa Shields, who is just becoming an MMA fighter, and this is her big send off into MMA after leaving boxing. So we don't really know what we're going to get from Claressa Shields. So most people are going to favor Brittney Elkin just for the fact that if she can avoid the boxing from Shields, she could use her jiu-jitsu and her striking to get the fight to the ground and to just try and go for a submission or to tire out Shields. But in this matchup, I feel like with her not have anything exceptional on her side, I could see Claressa Shields getting a second round TKO on Brittney Elkin, just for the fact that her striking is going to be really good. And I don't think Elkin's going to be able to match up with it unless she can get the fight to the ground. But like I said, there's always that chance she gets her Shields to the ground. So the odds on Brittney Elkin by unanimous decision probably are really good, and you should consider it. But I'm going to go with Claressa Shields by second round knockout because of her exceptional boxing skills. In the third matchup on the card, we have another featherweight matchup, which puts up Bubba Jenkins, who has 3 points, going up against Bobby Moffett, who has 0 points. Of course, Bobby Moffett is replacing one of the fighters on the card. He had to pull out, so he's putting in here as a replacement. He has a karate background, which is also wrestling mixed in with it, which is an interesting combination here for a fighter, because you don't usually see a wrestler being able to do karate. And he's going to go up against one of the top guys in the division, in Bubba Jenkins, who upset Lance Palmer, the defending champion, in the first round, where he used his wrestling to just outpower Lance Palmer for a unanimous decision victory over the defending champion. And in this matchup, I feel like it's going to be just about the same as in his first fight against a more tougher opponent of Lance Palmer, because Bobby Moffett, we don't know exactly what to expect. He might try and use his karate to keep the distance and just like hit him here and there and then shoot for takedowns. But I feel like the Bubba Jenkins is going to rush in there with them. He's going to trade a little early, and then he's going to get his takedowns because it's going to be more effective. And he's going to go and get that unanimous decision victory again. I don't see him finishing Bobby Moffett. Just for the sake, I think Moffett's going to know that what's coming, but he's just not going to be able to stop it. And I feel like Bubba Jenkins is going to just dominate the fight. And then, in essence, he's going to pick up the unanimous decision victory to move to 6 points and give him a very good shot at making the playoffs, even without a knockout or submission in either of his fights. So in this matchup, I'm going Bubba Jenkins by unanimous decision victory to put him at 6 points. In the main event of PFL 4, we got a showcase matchup between Anthony Showtime Pettis, who had 0 points in his first fight, going up against Alexander Martinez, who has 3 points in his first fight. After a very disappointing fight by Anthony Pettis against Clay Carter, which showed him try to be too flashy because he wanted to get that big Showtime moment in his debut of PFL because of him being one of the big-time signees of the brand. He was very rough. He was very rigid, and he got picked apart trying to stand up with Clay Carter, who had that exceptional boxing background, and just almost knocked out Anthony Pettis several times. And then being interviewed by several people, we heard that Anthony Pettis said that it's going to go back to the basics. He's going to try not to do anything flashy this time. It's just go back to his skills. Whereas Alex Martinez was able to, in his matchup, he was able to pull out a good victory in his matchup. They both have Taekwondo backgrounds. They both try and strike from a distance and use their legs and use their and at times take down their opponent. But just the difference is Anthony Pettis is flashy, whereas Alex Martinez tries to use his distance, his movement, and he tries to stay a little bit away and just pick apart of his opponent. And I think in this matchup, with how determined Anthony Pettis is, because he's the more flashy knockout guy, I feel like he's going to dictate this fight. He's going to push Martinez backwards. He's going to hit him with his exceptional kicks that were known for him to hit. And then he's going to pressure him all day. And so just going for these crazy, out of nowhere highlight shot kicks or strikes that's going to put him in compromising the spots where he kept on falling in the first fight. He's just going to keep himself up. He's going to make sure he avoids the shots. And I could see Anthony Showtime Pettis getting the second round knockout by striking over Alex Martinez, where it gave him 6 points to put him in line to possibly sneaking out a playoff spot in this lightweight division. So in this main event matchup, I got Anthony Showtime Pettis by second round knockout, which we're looking for in the advance because he's that big name, and that's what you want in the playoffs, is that big name that you can market, and this is what PFL is looking for, and I can see him making it happen. So Anthony Showtime Pettis by second round knockout, then move him to 6 points in the division. That will do it for my PFL 4 2021 preview show right here. As always, this is Cage My IQ, the best place for MMA content. You can follow us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and Twitch. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel. We're growing day by day. We're already hit over 100 subscribers, so now we're shooting for more. So let everybody know about Cage My IQ, the best place for MMA content. Tell them to subscribe to our page to view all of our preview and recap videos, as well as our interviews that we pump out. And then also check out our 3 sponsors that we have with us now. The first one we have is 99 Jersey, which you need to use promo code SportsBoxShow at checkout to receive 20% off your next purchase. If you don't already know, we are now partnered with 99 Jersey, the #1 shop of boutique sportswear in the U.S. Whether it's for football, basketball, or baseball, 99 Jersey has you covered. Use promo code SportsBoxShow20 at checkout to receive 20% off your next purchase. Once again, go to www.99jersey.com and use the promo code right there to receive 20% off your next purchase. Our next sponsor is Oddsjam, which is the best place to find ways to make risk-free money bets on sports. Oddsjam is the best place to learn how to make risk-free bets on sports. Just like I said, they have the Arbitrator Calculator, and you can find the best line to choose from to make the smartest bet around. Go to the link in the bio to get signed up on Oddsjam so you never lose a bet again. Once again, go to our link in the bio, click it, sign up to Oddsjam, and then watch as you'll never lose a bet again. And our last partner is High Tide Herbal. The owners are coaches and athletes who started this company to help athletes with wellness and recovery. All their products have CBD, and the goal with High Tide is to create an environment with conscious products that generate results. Go to hightideherbal.com and use promo code CageMyIQ10 at checkout to receive 10% off your next purchase. Don't be the last to experience High Tide Herbal. Once again, use promo code CageMyIQ10 at checkout to receive 10% off your next purchase. Those are our sponsors right there. So if you can check them all out, that would help out Cage My IQ. And once again, this was the Cage My IQ PFL 4 preview show. I'm your host, D-Bake, and thank you guys for tuning in. Have a nice day. Talk to you guys later.
Thank you for watching this episode of Cage My IQ on the Sports Box. Please remember to follow us on all of our social media outlets. On Facebook at Sportsbox Show, Twitter at Sportsbox Show, Instagram at The Sportsbox Show. Find us on YouTube and join Outside the Box, our Facebook sports discussion group. The Sports Box is brought to you by our sponsor, Showcase Sports in Hamilton. Showcase Sports for the elite athlete. And also our friends over at CrowdPlay. Download the free CrowdPlay app today and use promo code THEBOX at sign up for 10 free points. Thank you for joining us.